Hey everyone! Welcome to stream! Welcome to the final episode of Life is Strange 2. I am so psyched and also a little nervous because I don't 100% know that I'm going to get blood brothers, so I'm a little nervous about that. I was actually doing some research on little things I can do to bump Daniel's morality down a bit. So hopefully things will work out. We might have to torture the scorpion, unfortunately. I don't morally agree with hurting animals and living creatures like that, but for the sake of the greater good, oh god, for the sake of for the sake of Daniel and Sean's well-being, we might have to torture the scorpion. And I think my mouse just died, so that's fucking great. Whatever. Hang on. I think I might have to turn down my mic a little bit. Okay. So, before we get started, as always, just some quick housekeeping in the chat. Exclamation point. MAP. In the chat, it stands for Middle for Palestinians. The link will lead you to the website for Medical Aid for Palestinians, where you can check out the organization. Basically, does what it says on the tin, gets very much needed medical aid and supplies to Palestinians. Please, please, please donate if you can. It is very important, as it has been for the past, it's almost been a year now since Israel started its fucking genocide against Palestine. Not to mention, medical aid is not just needed in Gaza, but also in the West Bank as well, where Israeli settlers are hate criming Palestinians. So, yeah, fuck them. Medical aid is also needed there as well. And honestly, donating to MAP, was always important because, it was always difficult for Palestinians to access medical aid due to the blockades. But it's obviously way more dire now. So yeah, please donate if you can. Exclamation point BDS in the chat stands for Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions. The link will lead you to the BDS website where you can learn more about the BDS movement. Basically, BDS is a call from Palestinians to the international community to boycott Israeli goods, divest from Israeli institutions, and attempt to place sanctions on the Israeli government. Sorry, I'm just plugging in my mouse. All of this is done in an attempt to meet BDS's core three demands, which are the right of return for all Palestinians, equal rights for all Palestinian citizens, and obviously an end to the occupation. So definitely check that out. Exclamation point Palestine. In the chats, we'll give you two links. The first one is for the wonderful booklet made by the lovely people over at Game Assist. It'll give you useful information on Palestine, the situation in Palestine, how to get involved, dispelling common Zionist myths, stuff like that, and most importantly, connections to the gaming industry. The second link is for Decolonize Palestine. The link will lead you to the Decolonize Palestine website, where you can learn more about Palestine and the history of Palestine, as well as there's also a very good reading list that you should definitely check out. So be sure to check out those links. So yeah, keep all of that in mind. I also have some border stories from my recent trip across the border when I visited Seattle that I definitely want to bring up at some point, because I think it's incredibly relevant when we talk about borders and the violence of border control. So I'll probably save that for later. So yeah, I think I just want to get right into this episode now. There we go. I'm nervous, not gonna lie. I swear to God, if we get parting ways, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. Because I have spoken before in the previous episodes about how much I do not like that ending.
Once upon a time, In a wild, wild world, there were two wolf brothers living in their home lair with their papa wolf. They lived in peace until hunters took their dad away. The wolf brothers wandered for days and nights, learning how to live on their own for the first time. That's when the big brother discovered that the little one was not an ordinary wolf, but a super wolf. They decided to head south to the distant land of their ancestors. But the journey was long and dangerous. Still, the wolf brothers made new friends on the way. They learned more about the world, but danger seemed to always follow them after a bad accident. They were separated. The big brother had been hurt, and the hunters finally captured him. They put him in a cage.
They put him in a cage. That's significant. Like,
he went to search for his little brother.
Because he was basically in police custody, right?
But the little wolf had joined a coyote cult, and he would not leave them.
Coyote cult.
Suddenly, their mother showed up after all that time. She said,
yeah, and he depicts Karen as a wolf as well, which is interesting.
They begged the coyote leader, but she would not release the little wolf. He was their idol. So they had to knock her out to escape.
That is such a badass shot.
The wolf brothers, now reunited, followed their rogue mother far into the desert to her hideaway.
I will say, mostly fuck Arizona, but it is so beautiful. Like, especially this. Oh god, that's the scorpion. Must say, really do not like scorpions. They freak me out. Doesn't mean they deserve to be tortured, though. There's the fucked up looking little cacti and all the dead grass. Home sweet home. I have family who live part-time in Arizona.
Hey, wake up, Sean. Dude, come on.
What? What time is it?
Get up. It's so beautiful. Check it out.
Don't Nod really knows what they're doing when it comes to lighting in their games. Like, it's probably... They talk about how it's like something they prioritize when making video games, and I think you can really tell because it's just so well done.
Yeah, okay. Good call. Wow. That's amazing.
I will say I think this is my favorite Sean look in all the episodes. With the eye patch and the bandana and... yeah.
Is your eye okay?
Yeah. It just itches. It's okay, Nano.
I...
Promise.
Yeah. Okay.
I love you. No matter what happens. You hear me?
My heart.
I love you too.
baby boys growing up so fast.
Diaz brothers. Always.
That reminds me. Sean and Daniel openly saying "I love you" to each other reminds me of this this Tumblr post I saw like way back when the game was first getting released about how one of the things someone really loved about this game is like in Daniel and Sean's relationship, in a lot of ways, there's such a lack of like toxic masculinity. Like they show affection to each other so openly, and they're not afraid to like hug each other and hold each other and like openly say I love you. And like I do think that that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't still like struggle with some aspects of toxic masculinity. Like I spoke about in episode 3 especially, like Daniel's intense need to prove that he's like strong and powerful and like grown up definitely comes from like a gendered place of like proving strength as a way to prove like maturity. And I think we see a bit of that with Sean sometimes as well, but I think it's something really nice and interesting about their relationship that I feel like you don't really see depicted often in media between brothers. And to see that especially depicted between like two young boys of color is really nice.
So, are you still having those bad dreams? You know, about Lisbeth?
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like she's around, coming after me. It's scary.
She's lucky.
She's lucky you didn't go after her.
Yeah, but she's still out there. Somewhere. Creeps me out.
I probably should have made you murder her, sorry.
Without you, she has no power. We're all good.
Hope so. Sean, are we criminals now?
See, this is the interesting thing, right? So technically, yes. Like, logically, like, or logistically, legally, we are criminals in the sense that we've broken the law, but, like, many people have broken the law. Like, I've broken the law, in theory, before, when it comes to, like, things that are illegal. Like, if you've ever, like, drunk underage, you've broken the law. If you've ever, like, smoked weed before it was legalized where you live, you've broken the law. Hell, if you've ever jaywalked, you've broken the law. If you've ever pirated something, you've broken the law. But like, we tend not to view ourselves or other people who've done that as criminals in the same way we would view people who like steal or embezzle or whatever, or usually on like a more serious level, murder. And hell, like, people who even, like, casually shoplift sometimes, I think we usually don't think of those people as criminals in that sense. We think of criminals as people who are bad, who do bad things and have, like, no moral compass, essentially. Because, like, it's like I talked about in my episode 4 stream about like the nature of like how our legal system is built around this idea of morality, like black and white morality, and like bad people do bad things versus good people who don't, and bad people deserve to be punished. See, in the sense of like doing something wrong, like from a moral standpoint, I don't believe Sean and Daniel have done anything wrong. Like, I don't believe that they are in the wrong based on the choices I've been making. I think everything that we've done so far has been perfectly justified. The law may not see it that way, but I see it that way. And there are, like, issues with the carceral justice system, like I talked about last episode, and yada yada yada. So honestly, I'm gonna say no.
No way. We did exactly what we had to.
Exactly.
If the cops catch us, we'll be judged for what we did. That's for sure.
That's interesting. If the cops catch us, we'll be judged for what we did.
Well,
I think
We're
that
almost at the
phrasing
border.
is interesting.
Finally.
I like it here, but we'll have to leave soon. I know.
I'm sorry, Enano.
Sean, I know it's been a long time. Can you tell me the rest of the wolf story?
Oh.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I can tell you. Been forever since we left off.
Way too long.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, thanks to their mama wolf, the Wolf brothers barely escaped from the coyote cult. She led them to her secret
Yeah,
lair.
it's interesting
deep
them casting,
in the Red
or
Desert.
Sean casting Karen as a wolf in regards to the whole, like, racialized metaphor that the game kind of has going on. And, like, in theory, yeah, like, she's their mother, she's related to them, but she's also white.
The Wolf brothers rested for a while, but at some point, they'd have to continue their journey south. They were closer than ever to their father's land, but between them and their destination lied
A mighty fire unicorn. But she's nice, so they become friends.
That's an indicator of Daniel's
excuse
morality.
me? Who's telling the story?
You are.
Which isn't great.
But it's my story too. Right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's true. Okay then. So what happens next?
They arrive in Mexico, but the country is rampaged by goblins. Together, the wolves and the unicorn manage to slay them and become heroes. The police forgives them, and all their
Oh,
friends come
honey,
to Mexico
baby.
to celebrate.
Baby angel.
Yeah.
The cops,
Sounds pretty good,
unfortunately,
Enano.
as they say, my son, are all
Let's pack
bastards.
this shit up and head back to town.
That's just not gonna happen.
Gotta clean up our stuff before we leave.
Love of my
This
life.
place is too pretty.
God. And the bisexual lighting in this episode, especially on the canyon, is really cool. Like, you got the blue and the purple and the pink, kinda. See? Okay, let's pack the telescope.
I hope we can go watch the stars again. Mom said there's a moon eclipse coming up soon.
I'm in.
Space gay.
This place is cool. I could just move here.
Hey, I can help. Just tell me what you want to put in there.
You are the man.
I swear Dad had that same book in the garage.
Yeah, I think he did.
Why did he never show it to us?
Maybe it reminded him of Mom too much.
Oh. Yeah. Right.
Alright, let's draw.
Ooh, sketching time. Good idea. I'm glad you can still draw after. You know.
Me too, Daniel.
Yeah.
But if I can see it in my mind, I can still sketch anything. Almost.
That's so cool. I don't want you to stop drawing. Ever.
Hey, V.
Thanks, man.
This is
They're so,
cool.
like, they're so close in this episode, and it makes me so emotional. It's like, my boys.
Hey, can you draw me as a superhero? Like,
All right.
striking a pose
I
over
think
the
based on where we're at morality-wise now, I
can
think we need
try.
to go with Chilled, because he'll like Chilled better. We'll see.
My back.
Fucking
Ta-da.
awesome.
Finished.
Let me check it out. Oh, man. I do look like a mighty superhero. That's so cool.
Well, we'll have to fix it
Activate
somehow.
flashlight.
On the way.
Touch your sketchbook, baby.
I'm glad we had these. Not a fan of desert critters.
You and me both.
Let's clean up this mess.
Not if it cleans up by itself.
Stop! Daniel!
Can't catch it, huh?
No shit. Now cut it out.
Jeez. You're no fun.
Little shit. Love you dearly.
Yep. Still need our processed sugar in this hippie desert.
You always need your processed sugar. It's an
Yo,
essential
Captain
part of
Can you
human
take
life.
these away?
Sure.
And no funny business.
Of course not.
Perfect formation. Well, let's hit the trail, cowboy.
Oh yeah, I think he's fucking with the scorpion.
What are you doing?
If you say
Dude,
no time to play,
we don't have
it's
time
like
to play.
not
Come
like
on,
a-
let's go.
Okay.
Oh, so it's not hurt. He was just like floating it. He wasn't actually torturing the scorpion. He was just like making it like float in the air, which I get would be fucking terrifying if you're some tiny
I wish
creature.
we saw more
but
falling stars.
objectively,
Well,
not that bad. Actually, I would argue.
Hey, we saw the Milky Way, dude. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's true. And Mars. That was so cool Arthur and Stanley let us use the telescope.
Yeah, these guys are real cool.
What's this? Ah!
Hey, see this? Looks like the ones you did back in that cabin. When you got sick.
Oh, totally. Wait, does that mean other people were here?
Of course.
Probably.
Maybe someone from away did it.
Oh, I bet it was Joanne.
I forget what they're called originally.
Didn't
I
Joanne
think-
let me help her with her sculpture when we get back?
Hell yeah. You're like the magic assistant.
I
It's
think
nice
they're
to be able to use
originally
my power out here.
an indigenous thing. I
Not
just can't remember what
pirate.
tribe.
Yeah, Karen was
Or a
right.
First Nations thing.
They're all cool
rather.
with it.
It's
Mom
become
doesn't seem
like a Winter Olympics like symbol, but that's fucking appropriation. Anyways, I'm actually gonna look it up real quick to see if I can figure it out. Oh, traditionally constructed by the Inuit, says this one source. Alright, yeah.
about my power. Why do you think?
She's in denial, or... Oh, we lost it. Fuck, we lost it. God damn it.
Holy! What was that?
Looks like an eagle.
Ah, let's go find the nest.
Yeah, then the eagle will eat you. Amazing that anything can grow out here.
Well, I don't
Does
know if
it
I would
ever
call
rain in
that
the desert?
growing, but...
Well, good question.
It does sometimes, I think, but very, very rarely.
No, good thing I'm not scared of height.
Are these things poisonous? Or something?
It's a cactus, dude. It stings. That's all.
Lame.
Oh, believe me, you do not want to get stuck by one of those bitches. Like, what are they called? The things that, like, brush off on you? Like, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
lids are gonna be like yours.
It starts
after
with
all
a
this
B.
hiking
It's
out.
like, I can't remember, but it's like, the things that, like, get
Damn.
stuck in your skin.
I've got the munchies.
They really fucking hurt, believe me.
Hope Karen has some food. Daniel? I see something behind this rock. Can you bring it over?
Ah, gotcha. I see. Here it comes. Ooh, look at that. So cool.
Yep.
That is really cool,
We're
actually.
taking this treasure.
It's like a crystal.
Daniel didn't freak out once last night. He's become... It's tough.
Yeah. Mixed feelings about that.
I wish I had the power to fly. It'd be such a short hike.
Yeah. Yeah, let's help him.
You know, I could have done it by myself, right?
Hey, let me be the cool, helpful big brother once in a while. Okay? Oh,
Ooh, look. Oh, man. I just saw a cool baby lizard.
yeah. And you scared it.
I know.
Looks like a job for our local super psychic boy.
Super Daniel. Super Wolf. Sean really should make it into a comic when he heads to
So,
Mexico. Like, he can do it
maybe he can
anonymously.
help us
so
get
the
outta
police
here?
won't, like, track him down or whatever.
I'll try. Step back.
Be
Or do
super
have,
careful.
like, an alias or whatever. A lot of artists do that. Damn.
There
Boy's
you go.
gone powerful.
I hope it's okay.
nice, man.
I don't know if that was just a trick of the light, but his eyes almost seemed like they were glowing there. Daniel's eyes. I actually love the design of Away so much.
Hey, I'm
Live
gonna
in
go
a
see what
cool
Joanne's
commune somewhere.
Go for it. I have to bring back the telescope to Stanley and Arthur. Went to town for weekly supplies. Some pancakes left in the kitchen? Back soon.
But not in Arizona, because it's too damn hot.
Daniel, you copy?
Yes, I read you. 10-4.
I have a pancake alert in the kitchen. Repeat. Pancake alert.
Oh, man. Sorry. I was gonna eat with Joanne. Over and out.
10-4.
It's weird how they say Joanne.
No flying pancakes
even though
today.
it's spelled like Joan. But whatever. I guess that's her name.
Nice mess. Daniel will never change.
Kids are messy. What can I say? They leave stuff lying around. It's what they
Still
do.
can't believe she's kept it.
Oh my god. He made that for her when he was a kid. And it's all like broken and shit, and she still uses it. Oh.
It's
Has
nice
me
to play
feeling some
games
type
with
of
Daniel
way.
again. Karen likes to join us too. Karen has been camping in her own house since we arrived.
That's sweet.
Either Karen was desperate for a job, or she loved working with kids.
Sweet that she would give them the bed.
She's really good at rewriting her own life.
She's really good at rewriting her own life. That's interesting. I am a solo Mobius strip. Just when I reach the end, I go back to the beginning, resign myself to new faces, the privilege to escape, and rewrite another draft. Goddess laughs at plans, then shows me the page left unmarked for years. Out in the ghost desert, the seeds return as saplings, to reveal their age and power. Now I go back forward, layered with fear and hope, to water the children of the sun. That's interesting.
This one's pretty intense. I think I get it.
Don't believe I would find a soul within or without a church. A miracle was sleep and food and fuck. A day without shit. Until it was not. Now we run to celestial spires, O visions of fake prophet. Engulfed in ego and belief as the burning cross falls. On all your cruel angels, I am the bonfire of vanities. So when the dam breaks, we all flood. Like glass on a mirage, if I believe. I feel like that's probably about Elizabeth and the situation at Haven Point. Potentially.
Whoa. I hope Karen sends this to Claire and Steven.
Okay, here we go. Mom and Dad, I've been thinking about this letter for a while. And I know it's been a long, long time coming, so I'm sitting here tonight thinking about the words I should have written 10 years ago. You always used to say everything happens for a reason. Crossed out, we fought about it then. I understand why now. There's a reason I feel like I have to reach out to you both tonight from the desert. I know you've only heard from me once by phone and 6 times by letter for almost a decade. I'm sorry, crossed off. I didn't mean to hurt you, and I was certainly not trying to punish you. Like you told me, crossed off. Don't laugh, but I just didn't know what to say or write. Poet's block. Just like how you had to block me from your life after I left Esteban. I understand that was how you had to deal with, crossed off, a problem child. An only child who didn't live up to your expectations. There's no denying that I failed you, but the burden, crossed off, weight of your aspirations as parents failed me too. You had such a rigid option of what I was supposed to be that I just didn't have the chance, crossed off, opportunity to explore who I actually was. You wanted a daughter to grow up happy, find a good job, and a great husband, settle down, to breed, crossed off, have kids, and raise them in faith to continue the cycle of suburbia. That daughter wasn't me, crossed off. I know that you were raised in a different time and culture, so I didn't understand your point of view. Like you didn't understand your wayward daughter, maybe a bridge too far for us at the time. After Danny was born, you know I wanted to take a break, crossed off, some time to figure things out in my head and heart. It didn't make sense to your, crossed off, you or Dad, and I get that, but crossed off, you didn't see how. I was so desperate, and only Esteban was willing to give me that time because he saw how unhappy I was. I don't blame you for my decision to leave, and maybe a timeout would have led to the same outcome. We will never know, and I try not to live in regret. My life has been a roller coaster, and there have been times I long to hear your voices and thoughts, even the negative ones, crossed off. And I know when I last talked to you in New York to ask for help and paying back my debts, you wanted to help. But it was on your condition to return right back to where I couldn't return. I hate that was our last conversation. That was interesting. That's interesting. I'm sorry I reached out to you this day. I'm sorry I broke your heart. I'm sorry I let you broke mine for silencing me for so long. I think we paid our dues. And now I sit Under a blue field of crystal stars, like the poet I hope I am, writing and waiting for a chance to rebuild an old bridge with my mother and father. And if we can cross it one more time. Love crossed off your daughter. Damn. So there's a lot going on there that's really interesting, right? Like she talks about their expectations and the weight of their expectations and how they didn't understand her and who she was. And like they didn't understand that it wasn't what she wanted to like get married, have kids, and yada yada yada. I think like the use of the language to breed and crossed off is really interesting. Like she's sort of pointing to that like misogynistic like expectation in patriarchal society that like women are basically anyone who is perceived as a cisgender woman needs to like basically use their womb. That is like your primary purpose to breed, essentially, and how it made her feel. I think that's very interesting. It also points to like what I was saying last episode, stuff surrounding like compet and her potentially being queer or maybe even a lesbian and like dealing with compulsory heterosexuality, like feeling like she had to conform to a certain ideal of womanhood that she just wasn't like comfortable with, that just wasn't making her happy. And then I think what's also interesting is Claire and Stephen, she mentions like she needed help like for money, I think, for like paying rent or something, or paying her debts. I don't know, she mentions she was like short on cash in the letter.
Whoa.
And where is it?
I hope Karen sends this to Claire and Stephen.
Help paying back my debts. You wanted to help, yeah. It was under the condition that she had to come back and basically come back, just straight back to where she was and like be a mother again and like be a wife again and like conform back into the role she was originally in. That is shitty that they were like, oh, they weren't willing, because it reminds me of like episode 2 when like their offers of help are conditional to Sean and Daniel. Like their offers of supposed help, even though they have the means to do so, are conditional based on like Sean and Daniel following and respecting their rules, and like Sean needs to be quote unquote innocent, whatever they think that means. And their offer of help to Karen was also conditional as well, which is such like, it's such like waspy like white individualism in that sense. And it's like completely antithetical to like what Christianity is supposed to be, in my understanding of it, what it's supposed to be about, like helping people and helping your neighbor with like no strings attached.
Arthur and
I do think though that Karen still she still isn't like willing to acknowledge like the full weight of what she's done and like how much pain she's caused, and like
Karen letting
the because she clearly just doesn't regret it. She doesn't regret it. She sees it as like a necessary thing that she had to do for herself, and like that is also very individualistic. And like I don't think that she should be in a position where she feels like she has to grovel to her parents or apologize when like they aren't making any effort to like understand her point of view and like cross that bridge to, like she said, to meet her in the middle. Like it doesn't seem like they're willing to do that. But her children, on the other hand, her children who she has a responsibility towards, like she may be like, she's helping them now in material ways, and that is helpful, that is very important and useful, but she isn't really like, it's clear that she doesn't regret leaving. She doesn't regret what she did.
After all these years, Daniel's Big 10 late birthday party made him feel so happy.
They had like a makeshift birthday party for Daniel. That's so cute.
Looks like they all finally found their home.
Yeah, some of these people I think aren't in OA anymore, or they left.
Karen looks so young and fragile on this picture. Hard times.
Interesting how like she still has long hair in that picture and she's like wearing makeup. Sean mentioned she looks so fragile, like unhappy. Megan and Karen, summer of 2011.
Karen doesn't even like to leave this place just to go shopping. Karen must have been so excited to finally hit New York.
Fly by night, not by fright, into the big city bright. Stop, that cliche, never dying in the steel of the buildings, the warp of the street. But no matter what or where I spin, the pull of a million dead poets takes me to dance once again. Go, but this time I get to lead until the next flight.
One thing
Oh, I
Claire and
remember
Karen
this.
have
He
in
just
common,
eats the pancakes straight
love
with,
for
like,
pancakes.
nothing on it. Just pick it up with your hands and just, like, nom nom nom. Like, okay, eating with your hands and, like, not grabbing a fork is one thing. Like, I understand. We're all depressed sometimes. But, like, eating a pancake with nothing on it is insane
I
behavior.
do remember Karen would drown her pancakes in hot sauce. Ugh, gross.
That's insane.
I'm so glad Jacob and his sister are doing okay.
Alright.
They deserve some peace.
Oh, Sean. There's also the weird thing that I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but the weird thing where, like, certain people will, like, just throw, like, random Spanish words into their vocabulary when they're talking or writing to Sean or talking about Sean. Like, Brody, like, was doing it with his blog post, like, something compañeros, I think is what he said. And, like, Finn being like, he's got a kick-ass hermano, and, like, just, like, it's different. In my head, it's different, like, to Cassidy actually making an effort to, like, communicate and talk to him in Spanish and, like, using Spanish phrases, as opposed to, like, these people who are just, like, throwing in an odd Spanish word to be like, oh yeah, because he's, like, Latino, he's Mexican, he speaks Spanish, so why not just, like, toss in the odd Spanish word and call it a day. It's a bit weird, I gotta say. Sorry I did not write to you sooner, but this was the first time I've had a chance to relax after we got out of Haven Point, thanks to you and your brother. I still can't believe it really happened. So bizarre. Sarah Leah and I do miss our parents, but we're not ready to let them know where we are yet. We will figure it out later. Thanks to my old savings account, I finally got Sarah Lee antibiotics, so she's been feeling better pretty fast. Kids are like superhumans. True. The most important thing to me is my sister, just like your brother. You were lucky to have each other, and when you both came our way, we were blessed. I'm trying to track down our Humboldt crew, so I'll keep you posted. I hope everyone is okay after that night on the farm. We all deserve a break and a better future. True, actually. Well, Finn, debatable, but after what he did, but, like, I don't think he deserves to be in jail, because I don't think anyone deserves to be in jail. But, like, we live in a society, yada yada yada. Please let me know when you make it to the other side. You and Daniel got this. Give our little hero a big hug. Take care, Jake. Snip.
She was that close. Sucks she had to pay all that money back.
Okay, so this is for June 21st, 2010. Dear Miss Reynolds, pursuant to our conversation on June 10th and your inability to submit your poetry manuscript the other way to Ravensbury Press by the contracted deadline of June 1st, 2010, despite repeated efforts to accommodate you, we regret to inform you that this breach of contract means we shall no longer be publishing the collection as part of our new poets series. As stated in section... I think that's... I have no idea what that is in Roman numerals. I don't know Roman numerals. I think that might be 7? I'm not sure. Actually, let's just look it up real quick. Because I am a dumbass and I don't know Roman numerals. Okay, section 9 of our contract. See attached copy. If the author fails to deliver the manuscript by the agreed date, the publisher has the right to recover the full amount of the $10,000 advance. Yikes. We have included with this letter a repayment form and schedule. As stated in section... Fuck, I already forgot what the number was. This is what happens when you have ADHD, people. It's not fun. 13, 15, something like that, of our contract. See attached copy. The rights for your manuscript shall revert back to the author upon full repayment of the advance. If you have any further questions, please refer them to our legal team. We wish you the best of luck with your future endeavors. Sincerely, Alistair Moon, poetry editor, Bloomsbury Press, New York. Yeah, that sucks.
Huh. Is that the same person who rode her back in Beaver Creek?
Hi, Ruby! Yes, I know. New York in August is hot as balls. You did say you liked the heat, but my apartment under the roof can be really suffocating. Don't want to rub it in, but Aspen is my new summer home. Daily temp around 70 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what 70 degrees Fahrenheit is in Celsius. I think it might be like 20 something or 30. I don't know. And hot tub at night. Anthony's cabin is more like a ski lodge. Next trip, maybe you can tag along. Poets retreat, best cure for your writer's block. And please let me know when you can pay me back for August's rent. I definitely need it for next month. And up here in Aspen, oh yeah, you seem you're really struggling, Emma. You seem like you're really struggling for money while you're up in Aspen in your summer home. For fuck's sake. I'll see you on September 5th instead of the 4th, so put your clothes on, stay out of trouble, and remember to water my babies this time. Love ya, Emma. God. 'Twas a trip. Yeah, Karen
So
gave them the
home.
bed. That's nice.
Again. And a real
Maybe.
bed.
Yeah.
Had no clue there was a network of seed pirates. Karen's a real life hacker.
Pirate seeds, native seed savers in the Southwest. Interesting. It looks like this is a site that tries to give you information from like indigenous or Native American people specifically about like stuff that will grow best in the region, because like the tribes that live in said region are native, indigenous to said region, obviously know that best. That's cool.
Karen takes on some small pieceworks for a living.
Hi, Karen.
Must pay better than poetry.
Thanks for your last advice column. We got quite a response and a lot of hits. I know you don't want a social media footprint, but you could generate a lot of clicks with your insights. Looking forward to your next piece. Please make sure to send your invoice for May and June. Buzz, is it Irene or Ariane Klein? Managing editor, Desert Lake Weekly. Interesting.
Man, I'm still not used to this heat out here.
I sit with the edge on. I really do.
Brody's so good at describing painful situations. And seeing the good into it.
I don't know if I want to read this. We might come back to it.
Hope we can take some new pictures someday.
Thinking of you, Sean B. Seeing you again, brother. Then we rage. I love her. I love her. I love her more than words. That's my girl. That's my girl. Fucking hell. Me during the day, all good, under control. Me at 3 a.m. in my bed. God, she's so real for that. And she's doing some work with immigrants who have been detained. It looks like free the families. This is very good. This is very like peak content. Lila becoming a badass political organizer. We live to see it. Okay, let's read this. You Can Go Home Again by Brody Holloway. The last time I saw my mother before this year, I was telling her to leave me the fuck alone. That I was done with the whole bullshit family. My real fam were the strangers I met on the road, who became friends, not my family, who became strangers. I adopted all the online connections I made around the world and all those wandering souls that I would encounter on my journeys ahead. You would be reading about them right now, except the next time I saw my mother, she was in hospice care in our Utah home, her body light and frail as a web, holding my hand and telling me that she was sorry about everything that kept us apart for most of my adult life. My mom was dying of cancer, and she was sorry, so I cried. She cried, my brother cried, we all cried. And the years of family bullshit blew away to dust like that finger snap sound. I just wasn't mad anymore. I didn't know it would be so easy or so hard. I didn't mean the past didn't happen. I wasn't responsible in my own way. My brother used to tell me I was a fake liberal because while I was out trying to save the world, he had to take care of Mom and the family estate. Maybe he was right. There's something to be said about that. Kind of. But also, like, I get, like, to a certain extent, like, if your family is, like, shitty and, like, you just can't make peace with them. Sometimes you just can't make it work. It's also difficult when someone's dying. I haven't heard that, like, not from personal experience, but I've heard from people, like, when you have, like, very difficult relationships with your family or your parents, and then, like, they're dying, and then die, and, like, you're left with all these, like, complicated feelings about it, or that you don't really know how to handle or resolve. It's not really as simple as Brody's making it out to be. But I told him that he also had money to take care of them. Goddamn, if I was in charge of the finances, I would have given away the family estate and we'd be broke, living in a co-op. Honestly, that's a mood, me too. My brother knows this. Families are just fucking weird. Society tells us to love your parents and siblings simply out of blood and chance. What if you hate each other? What if you're only linked by random DNA? What if... Whatever. It doesn't matter. I've seen the best and worst of people everywhere I roll. You tend to have those extremes at 3 a.m. at an empty gas station or on some desolate freeway. Yes, I've seen strong families bond in hard times. I know there are big siblings out there who always care for their little siblings and vice versa. They helped me to understand our fragile filial ecosystem. In her last hours, my brother and I held my mom's thin fingers as she passed on to a place I hope is better than the one she came from. After she was gone, I found a stash of some old school essays and stories, the only thing I was good at in school. I never knew she kept this stuff or that she cared. Even if we never understood each other, she must have been a little proud that I went my own way and tried to be a force for good. Mothers know how to make you cry like a little bitch. Fair. The first time tears had burned my eyes in a long time. It felt good. So now I've come back to a home I once vowed to never return. I don't feel so alienated this time, even if I still am. Like I say too often, there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. Now I have an estate to deal with and more responsibility than I actually want, but I have to see this as karma or destiny or the dharma of the privilege. Don't panic, but I may be taking a break from my life on wheels just to see who or what I can help. Now I have more resources to spread around. I'm sure my brother will approve. Insert sarcasm. If we're still talking after all this memorial bonding. Okay, it's not a happy ending, but maybe it's a hopeful one. And speaking of hope, given the sad state of this sad nation, I've been thinking it's time to move outside my comfort zone. Send dispatches from places and people I'm not so familiar with. Places I can explore to tell news stories from, like Canada or Mexico or... The road never ends.
Whoa. I should have gone through that flash drive weeks ago.
Oh yeah, this is what he had in his bag all this time. Math homework, movies and stuff, other crap, pictures, Misty Mice tickets, drawings.
Hey, Dad.
Oh.
Lila always knew how to crack me up.
Oh. Cassidy's letter, nice.
Didn't realize how much I miss Cassidy's voice. And her songs. And...
Okay.
Dude.
Okay, now I gotta try and summon my terrible southern accent again. Oh, sexy boy. No more city boy. Jake hooked me up with your P.O. box, so now you can't hide from your old crew anymore. I know you took off from the hospital, and I'm glad you're still going down to Mexico. We've all been fugitives on the run, but you and Daniel are the kings of the road. I hope you finally get back home. Of course, I'm not ready to sail yet, so we're all hanging out in Colorado. The idea is trying to get as far away from the West Coast as possible. Too many ghosts for now. Hard to believe Finn isn't here to start shit, and we don't miss him for that. But he'll get a few more songs out of me. We all want to remember him for his angels, not his demons. I miss you. I would love to take a road trip out of the shithole, and it would be great to swim with you again. So you better let me know when you hit Mexico, Sean. Don't make me track you down. Here, I'll even give you my number, so no excuses. Love, Cassidy. Nice. So we have her number, so we can contact her when we get to Mexico. So if we do get parting ways, I think she can come join us in Mexico. But I don't want to get parting ways because fucking hell, I don't want Daniel to
Gotta
end
keep
up
my
in
eye lube handy.
the care of Claire and Steve.
Glad I don't need it as much. Ugh. I wish Karen didn't tell me she got a rattlesnake out of the toilet last week.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell, absolutely the fuck not. Fuck the desert. Fuck that. No.
She changed my diapers, but it feels kind of awkward to be here.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, do we look at everything? I think so.
All her life possessions are in here. And she seems happy with that.